Well, good night to every single one of you. How are you doing? I missed you for some time, you know. These days look so long. I think it's because we have so much that is happening. That's why the days are looking so long. But I miss you so much. And there's been quite a lot happening. You know what? Let me start off by saying hi to some of these regular folks, the usual, you know, the usual suspects that we have. Let me start off by saying hi to you. How y'all doing? What was your day like? I know, you know, with all the things that happening, you got to be confused. Makila Andrews, good night to you. Yvonne, how you doing? Lorraine and all of you, how y'all doing? Good night to every single one of you. Good night to my folks who are watching us from Switzerland, those who are watching us from Turkey. Good night to you. I ain't gonna call no names because I don't want to get into any problems. So I ain't calling no names. I give him big broad shout outs to you. My family in Barbados, the Bajan crew. Good night to you, Marcia Weeks. How you doing, girl? We gotta catch up. I want to say good night to my very good friend there. You know, sometimes she's there and she would say things like, oh, Coretta McDonald, the opposition MP from Guyana, and she's talking about me. Good night to the Honorable Mia Mortley. How you doing? If she's not watching, somebody just send her a message to say advancing the cause is on and she needs to tune in. Somebody just send her that message for me. Um, we have quite a lot of persons here. We have Desiree, we have Blooming Days, we have Winston, we have Sharma, and that's Sharma Melville. We got so many people. Look, good night to you. I noticed Credible News is here with us. Credible Sources, sorry, is here with us. We have Lorraine, and we got Yvonne, and we got our friends who are watching us on Facebook. Hey, good night to all of you. Beatrice, good night to you too. How you doing? Audrey from the BVI, good night to you. What's going on? Y'all tell me something. Tell me what's going on there. Paulette, good night to you. Look, tonight we got a packed night, a very packed night. And if we get through with some of what we want to talk about, then I'm going to invite you to call in on the program so we can have a little quick chit chat on what's happening, and we can take it here from there. But we got to talk about what is happening, everything that is happening around here. But before we go into that, let me send out some quick birthday shout outs to some of our good friends who would have celebrated their birthdays. I know for sure we have former director of prisons, or he was acting director of prisons, Mr. Samuels. Happy birthday to you, my dear. And I trust that you're going to allow this year to cause you to rise to higher heights. Marcia, did you celebrate a birthday? I know you didn't. Damien, good night to you and good night to your mom. Yes, so all those persons who celebrated their birthdays, happy birthday to you. And I trust that, you know, this year God is going to bless you bountifully. Here what happened while we're doing that. You know, of course, we got some of the sad news that we're going to bring too. So we want to extend sincerest condolences to all of those persons who would have lost loved ones during last week and this week. Our heartfelt sympathy to you. We know it's not easy to lose a loved one, but you know what, let's rest assured that we would have had enough time to spend with some of our loved ones who have gone to the great beyond, and that we are going to ask that we live or take a page from their book so that we can allow their legacy to continue. And before I go further, I want to extend on behalf of the party, on behalf of the people of Guyana, sincerest condolences to the family of Sir Sridat Ramphal. You know, this was a distinguished Guyanese. This Guyanese stalwart, he caused us to shine all over the world. He caused us to shine. And he has served in the field of international politics and diplomacy. As a matter of fact, he served right here in Guyana under the PNC as Minister of Justice, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and he also served as Minister of State. Quite a distinguished guy. You know, this was one of the young men that we had amongst us who took the flag of Guyana and flew it very high. This was one of the stalwarts we produced right here, who sat there even, and he was on the border dispute case that we have going on at the ICJ. He was there too, in you know, giving all the kind of advice that is needed. Look, we have lost not only a son of the soil, but we have lost a man that we will not be able to ever say that there's a reincarnation of him, quote unquote, for those who believe in reincarnation. We can't find people of this kind of mold any longer. He was 96 years old when he died. We want to extend to his family and to thank them for allowing us to have him and to be of service to us. The shoes is too big. We can't fill that shoe. But we trust that his family is going to find comfort in the fact that he was there with them for all of these years. More than that, they're going to be comforted because he served as a true Guyanese. Rest easy, my brother. May your soul rise in glory on that resurrection morning. I know, you know, while we're doing that, I know that we would have had the funeral service and everything, but we want to extend again on behalf of the people of Guyana our heartfelt condolences to Mistress Genevieve Whitened, AA. And you know why I'm saying AA? Because she was recognized by the coalition government for her distinguished service to this country in the field of education, Genevieve Whitened. And for those of us who know this story about Genevieve Whitened, you would know that Genevieve Whitened was a very cool, calm, positive, professional woman. She served in the education sector from a junior teacher, the level of a junior teacher, and she went right up the ladder. She did not supersede anyone. She did not jump on anyone's throat or jump into anyone's space. She served there as a true educator, a woman who was filled with aspiration, and her innovations, it is there. We cannot run from it. But you know what was sad? It was sad that this woman gave her all to this country, to the education sector. But the government of the day, the PPPC government, did not see it fitting to appoint her as the chief education officer. She was deputy chief education officer. As a matter of fact, there was a time when they put out the advertisement out there. And let me say before I continue, tonight's program is titled Truth Be Told Part 2. Truth Be Told Part 2. So tonight we everything is straight. This woman served there for, I think, 7 years she acted. There was one time when the advertisement was placed out there, she applied. She was the only applicant. And you know what these wicked people did? They decided that they were going to re-advertise the position. They did not grant her and confirm her. And it's not that she was not qualified. She was way qualified. They did another set of advertisement. She applied. This time when she applied, another officer, very junior officer, applied for the position too. Again, she was not confirmed, granted that appointment. She was not confirmed. And so she acted until her time of retirement. Wickedness to the highest. Truth be told, the contributions of Genevieve Whitehead. I don't know why I'm mixing her up with Miss Allen, but Genevieve Whitehead AA, she gave. And you know what was special about this woman? You see that infectious smile that she has there? That is what was special about her. And with all that the officers, some of the same officers at the Ministry of Education, with all the disrespect that they meted out to her, she never one day had to shout or tear off her clothes. She was very firm with what she had to say, whether it was to the minister or to a junior officer. You know how many of the junior officers, Sheikh Bash was her minister then. You know how many of her junior officers he caused to take their eyes and pass her? As a matter of fact, some of them, he told them that they did not have to report to her. They must report directly to him. And then, you know what was most disgusting? Is the fact that they denied this woman her benefits. And then on her funeral day last Thursday, the Ministry of Education had the audacity to turn up at that woman's funeral. You know, turn up at that woman's funeral on her funeral day. I am sorry that I don't have the clips, but you know what? People made it right on that day, starting with her son-in-law. He made it right and he spoke about how they treated her. And then we had a former education officer, Dennis Jaikaran, who spoke his mind. It's ridiculous, truth be told, the way some people are being treated by this government. And you know why that is happening? When they can't have their way with you, when they can't buy you, like they buy some people who signed an agreement just recently. When they can't buy you, they do all sorts of things to you. And of course, you hear the cuss out and so on that I get from time to time. But you know what? That can't move me. I am standing on solid ground and I understand what my rights are. And I understand that as a trade unionist and more so as a politician, I have to stand for what is right and what is fair and what is just. I will not go out there to sell out the teachers, never. But this woman, I want to, at this time, on behalf of the people of Guyana, thank her family for allowing her to have been able to spend so many years with us. They gave, she gave up some of her family time just to ensure that policies in education were properly written, properly executed. Not like the craziness we have now. Every 2 days is a circle, every day is a circle, every minute is a memorandum, every day is and then when they do one and they got to change it to put back something, they miss out something. Not like that. She was very thorough with what she did. But you know what I want to say? When they thought that they were stealing her crown, it was not so. Her crown was already secured because she was a devoted Christian, a Seventh-day Adventist Christian. And she served God in sincerity. So when they felt that they were doing all kinds of things to her, yes, as a human being, it would have affected her somewhat and affected her family. But her footprints are there and they can't erase that. So to Nicole and her family, Roll and the grandchildren, to Ozzy and his wife and his family, and to all the brothers and the sisters and the nieces and the nephews, our heartfelt condolences. And thank you for allowing your mom and your sister and your aunt and your mother-in-law. Thank you for allowing us to have her so that we can, her services and the impression she made on the lives of so many is testament today that we can stand and talk about her. Part of who I am today, it was because of Genevieve Whitehead AA. She was always there with a word of counsel. She was always there to say, don't worry, don't fret, don't respond to people in this way when they hurt you. You just smile because God is in charge. I want to again thank her family for allowing her to be of service to us. And so we go on. This is the month of September, and we're celebrating Education Month as well as Amerindian Heritage Month. The themes for these two observances, Amerindian Heritage Month, the theme says, many voices, one song, celebrating Amerindian heritage. Many voices, one song, celebrating Amerindian heritage. And that's the theme for Amerindian Heritage Month or Heritage Month. And then the theme for Education Month says, investing in education, bridging gaps, creating opportunities. Investing in education, bridging gaps, creating opportunities. Wonderful words that were put together. But I'm wondering whether the people who put these words together, whether they understand what it is saying. Many voices, one song, celebrating Amerindian heritage. We celebrating Amerindian heritage, right? Let me remind you, just the other day, the other day, and I'm asking, I want to know what is happening because we had a COI, I think it was, and the report was made semi-public, but somebody tell me what is happening here. Somebody just tell me what is the status of the case or the no case or the report that has been given after the Madia Inferno, where 20 beautiful souls, 20 lives were snuffed out at the hands of this incompetent government. Somebody tell me what has happened to the report, what action or actions are going to be taken, and I'm still wondering, why is it we did not hear the Rexo being called? Why the minister was not interviewed or questioned? The ministers, as a matter of fact, look, this is the Derms. This was the Derms there in Region 9. These were the lives. Amerindian Heritage Month. What happened with these lives? Many voices, one song, celebrating Amerindian heritage. 21 precious lives went down the drain. All because of selfishness and greed and arrogance. Those 20 babies, their lives were snuffed out. Some of them screamed to death. They were burnt to death. I ain't hearing nothing. So somebody call Priya and let her know that we are waiting to hear. And while I'm on this, I'm trying to find out too what is happening with the students. I remember some of the students were just picked up from there and dumped at President's College. And of course, you know, the frustration there would have caused one of the little boys there to light a fire at President's College. Somebody please find out from Priya. Let her make a statement on her Facebook post to say what form of counseling is being given to those children, to their parents, to the teachers. And I'm saying this because I'm aware that nothing proper was done. Nothing. It is sickening, truth be told. It is sickening. But I want all of us to remember, and we must tell her whenever she walks around, we must tell Priya, you got 20 lives on your shoulder. You got a belt with 20 that you're walking around. 20. You know, they hadn't the opportunity to expand their horizons because their lives were snuffed out, because people thieving the money, that thieving it. So they couldn't take off the grills, even though they were warned on several occasions. Yes, not a sound from the Minister of Amerindian Affairs. She mouth stitch up. You remember the other day she had to use how much money is 1 million or $3 million. The same, the price of a alien is what she used to fix her teeth in her mouth. So $2 million, I'm being told, $2 million she used to fix her teeth in her mouth. So she can't talk because they can take it out from her mouth. Got a minister of Amerindian Affairs. Well, like Tony is saying, they've already forgotten about them. They've already forgotten about them. But this is Amerindian Heritage Month. We must remind them. We must remind them. Those villages, 1 or 2 or 3 young persons are absent. Their positions are vacant because of the incompetence of this government. Yes, and I agree with you. They forget about them because they decided that they were going to pay them, what, $5 million they pay the family. And to date, not a single soul. But as I'm on this again, I want to find out what is happening with that little girl. Where is she? Because you're not hearing anything. Is she going to court? Is she being counseled? What is happening with her? We need to know. We must know. Because this here brought national distress. In the Caribbean, it was going all over. Further afield, it was going all over. We want to know what is happening with these people. Why aren't we hearing anything else about it? Or, like Tony said, they've already forgotten about them. But I'm hoping that our indigenous brothers and sisters, they are remembering this. I'm hoping that they are remembering this. Because it can happen to your child too. So tell them, the dorms that they are constructing, tell them fix it right. Tell them build the dorms right. And don't put grills to lock up the children as if they're birds. You see those grills down there? Those were the grills that they put there to kill the people's children. When you think about this whole, this situation, it brings back a deep sense of anger. Because it could have been my child. It could have been my niece or my nephew. Could have been your child. Several communities. Just to simply take off those grills. It could not have been done. We want to know what is the position with that little girl. We want to know. And if you listen to the story, the young lady, they created the frustration for that young lady. And this is saying that we don't have proper people to run the education sector. And those who are qualified, they are burdened down with stuff to do. And some of the same qualified ones, they are pushing them in a corner simply because they feel that you're affiliated to APNU, or you're affiliated to some here, or you're affiliated there. And so they push you in a corner. Yes, our Amerindian brothers and so on, I want them to ask these questions. This is your month. Ask the questions. Ask Barajagio the questions. But you know what they will come and do? They will come around to your communities and give you $100,000 or a $200,000 or a $500,000 so they zip your mouths up. That is what they will do. They will come around to your communities. They will come into your communities and say, oh, we building another school in your community. We building another school here. Oh, we building a practical instruction center here. That is what they will come to bring to you so that you can't ask them the questions. These bandits, they are good at distracting you from the real issues. But we must ask the questions. We must ask the questions. And so during this Amerindian Heritage Month, I'm hoping that persons will use their Facebook pages to flash these pictures all the time. Flash these pictures all the time so that persons would know. And we would remind the persons of what transpired a year ago, I think it was, I think we've already celebrated a year. We must send them down. And so while we finish with the what is happening for the Indigenous Month or the Heritage Month, we gotta go to a special girl. This young lady here, if you remember her, this was the young lady who um, she lied once, she lied twice, she lied 3 times, which is thrice. She lied a 4th time, and she continues to lie. This young lady stood up at a forum to say Guyana was dead under the coalition. Have you ever seen thing like this? This young lady, this special young lady, y'all remember this young lady here? If the operator will put her up again. This young lady stood at a forum to say Guyana was dead under the coalition. You ever see anything like that? If Guyana was dead, how come she there? Because this scamp here worked in the Ministry of Tourism under the minister then, Kathy Hughes, Ministry of Communications and Tourism, whatever it was then. She worked with Kathy Hughes, who was the minister then, and was receiving a big fat cat salary. And now this girl got the gumption to say that under the coalition, Guyana was dead. And you could believe Onage Waldron? Onage Waldron Alicock? And you could believe she? Huh? Onage said the country was dead. No wonder she had to swear in 2 times. It's 2 times she was sworn in as minister, you know. You know why she was sworn in 2 times? Because she lied and said she was not a US citizen. And when the thing burst out, she said, oh, I did the documentation. Now you do documentation to give up the citizenship. Yes, Marlon, thank you. You did the documentation. According to her, she did the documentation to give up her citizenship. But you'll find out whether everything was okay. So you went and swear in 1 time, and then you had to come again to be sworn in as a minister. Onage, you have no shame, absolutely none. Like is Odessa, I think is Odessa would always say, she shame out, she shame. Well, Onage is like the same. Onage same way. Shame out all she shame. Yes, Keon, she lied. Lie. She just like Barra Jagdeo. They could lie. These people are ridiculous. Imagine Onage Waldron. How you think Onage Waldron looking so? Huh? Lachman, good night to you, girl. How you think Onage living so? Is the big fat cat salary that she used to receive under the coalition got she looking like this? Now she under plenty stress. Plenty stress she under right now. But I tell you, look, you see some of these people, when they come to your communities, you got to tell some of these people, get out. Because we don't want them kind of lion spirits to come down in our communities. And it's how she just come and pose up herself like if she's some innocent little cat. These people are ridiculous. Ridiculous. And Marlon, you're right. She has no integrity. None whatsoever. She served under Kathy Hughes. Kathy babied this girl and had her going through there. And then the girl turned back and say, oh, Kathy this, Kathy the other. And the coalition, the country was dead under the coalition. My goodness. But she's right, you know. In a sense, she's correct. In a sense, she's correct. Because there wasn't the corruption that we are seeing now, you didn't see that under the coalition. So maybe she's talking about all these illegal things, all these underground business transactions, the corruption and more corruption and plenty more corruption. I guess that's why she's saying that the country was dead under the coalition, because you had those kinds of corruption. We can come to some more truth be told part 2. We can come to some more just now. But Onage, tech win, girl, tech win. You like a girl, another girl, I know. Tech win, Onage. Onage just like Priya. Oh, the coalition didn't do this, they didn't do that, they didn't do the other. They didn't build any school and secondary school, but the coalition couldn't build secondary school. They couldn't construct secondary school while they were in office because they were busy rehabilitating all the schools that you left there. All the schools, including Cato Secondary. All them schools, 23 years after your rule, and you did absolutely nothing to some of the schools. The coalition had to come and fix it. So while we were fixing, we couldn't build. You couldn't have new construction going on. And mind you, the schools that you're constructing now, many of them have been the brainchild of APNU. Many of them. And the monies you're having now, APNU did not have those. But they did a fine job during their tenure in office. Some of these people are ridiculous. They just want you to tell them how their mother make them. But we ain't gonna bother tell them so. We will tell the truth. Truth be told. So Priya could only boast about secondary schools that the coalition didn't build. She can't talk about primary schools and nursery schools because those were endless across this country. So she can't talk about those. So she's talking about secondary schools, nonsensical secondary schools. Under the coalition, we had no Madhya fire. And y'all must check it. Every time the PPP is around, every single time the PPP is around, we get fire. Lives are lost. Fire. I don't know if the operator has it, but under the PPP, we had Christchurch burned down, St. George's, North Rumvelt Secondary, Amelia's Ward Primary. They had Northwest Secondary. They had some schools. I think it was six schools that were burnt under the PPP. 6 schools burnt under them. And when it wasn't a school, it was some either an adjacent building, the lab catch a fire, something. Thanks, Audrey, ungrateful set of people. They are the fire genius and geniuses. Priya is the goddess of fire. The goddess of fire, Priya. I can do a nice video with Priya, and so y'all could see what I'm talking about. Wickedness with these people. Now, while we're on the issue with the fire, let me tell y'all, school reopened just Monday. Every time school reopens, you don't ever see Priya visiting the schools in South Georgetown. She's always in the North Georgetown or in East Georgetown. She would go, oh, QC tired seeing her. Oh, she going so, well, she got St. George's to go to. But you don't see her going anywhere else to visit other schools. We got Dolphin Secondary. We got Carmel Secondary. We got Freeburg Secondary. We got Charlestown Secondary. We got South Rumvelt Secondary. We got East Rumvelt Secondary. Camberville Secondary. New Camberville Secondary. We got North Rumvelt Multilateral. We got East Rumvelt Secondary, West Rumvelt Secondary, Ascension Secondary. You will see her going to any of those secondary schools in South Georgetown. Maybe the people there are not the standard for her, you know? So she can't come to visit the students in those schools. We got so many primary schools in South Georgetown. You don't see Priya coming there. You don't see Priya's officers and so on visiting those schools on the first day of school or on the first week of school. You're not seeing them. And let me tell you what, they're so incompetent that 23 schools could not have been reopened on the first day of school, which was on the 2nd of September. We had there 8 weeks, 2 whole months. 2 whole months And we couldn't get these schools cannot be reopened because they're doing work on the schools. And you know when many of the work started? Some started 3 weeks before school reopened, 2 weeks before school reopened. And you know why that is happening? You know why that is happening? It is happening because it's the friends, family, and favorite thing. A couple of contractors, maybe a group of 10 contractors, and each contractor, they got 3 and 4 schools attached to them. They get the contract or the award for 4 and 5 schools. So what? They work a little bit here, then they jump to this other one, and then they jump to this one, and then they jump to this one, and then the cycle goes around again. They reverse and they go slow, they come here, so they can't finish the schools on time. They can't, because they gotta give the impression to people that, you see, we're doing work at this school and that school and that school and the other school. We're doing work at these schools. But the trick in it is the corruption and the kickback that they usually have. So we're going to show you some schools that we visited in South Georgetown. This one that you're seeing here, it's on the screen, operator. This one that you're seeing here is West Rumville Primary School. This, you see the fence there? Look what the contractors do. Look, they tie it up. Look, you see there? West Rumville Primary School, and that's the front of the school. But let me tell you what, many of these schools, they got a facelift. And let me tell you where they get the lift. Only to the front of the school. They were told that the contractors were given instructions, only paint the front that people can, that is visible to the eyes of the public. So when you walk around to the back of the school, you want to know is what going on. Operator, show us those pictures. Garbage, first day of school. Look, piles of garbage. First day. That's, I think, Brickdam. Is this Brickdam or same West Rumville? Brickdam Secondary School. Look, the garbage there. First day of school. You know why? Because they hurry up to weed. The teachers went and the teachers cleaned. No system was in place to relieve them of the garbage. Now, education got plenty monies. Why they can't use hire or do a contract with some garbage disposal agency to come and empty it? Look what is going on at the back of the school there. You see what's going on there? But these things are beyond our eyes. Look, that's the roof there. That's a part of the roof. Brickdam Secondary. And don't talk about the home ec department. You don't want to see it. Don't talk about at the side of the school. This is Brickdam Secondary. These people ain't got no shame. Priya has no shame. Brickdam, that's a part of the home ec department. That's a part of the home ec department. If you see the fence behind the school there at the side, running same long side with the home ec department, and the teachers complained that thieves went in because there's no fence there and it's outside of the eyes of the public. So people go there and they put ladder, they climb up and they broke in there and they carry away gas bottle and so on. You see? Look, the fence. That's the fence area there. And Priya don't care. Look, Brickdam Secondary. That's Brickdam Secondary. You see the condition? They ain't got no fence. The part ain't got no fence. Truth be told. Let them tell me that I'm lying. Truth be told. Brickdam Secondary. We're going to move from Brickdam. We're going to show you some of the other schools that we visited. You see, sometimes you can't put everything out there. That was Brickdam. We had West Rumville Primary. And at West Rumville Primary, oh my gosh, don't talk about what happened there. As a matter of fact, today, there was a big boom and fire at this school, West Rumville Primary School. Same thing. This is West, you see? Look. The gutter coming down. 2 months you had to fix that, you know, and it can't be fixed. Because it's a close-up circle again. Friends, family, and favorite, the contractors. So we're keeping it in. 5, 6 primary schools. One contractor get 5, 6 primary schools. So we get a nice facelift to the front. But the side and so on and the back, they ain't lifting at all. Maybe we gotta give them, we gotta put some Viagra there to lift that. That ain't lifting. The side of the school, not this one, we're looking at the side of West Rumvelt Primary. Garbage to the side. Toilets not working. They don't have water to flush toilets. But sometimes I get vexed with these teachers. I know y'all saying Mark sell y'all out. Is that, I didn't say it, the people saying it, Mark sell y'all out, so you feel that you don't have representation, so you can't make too much noise. But teachers, I want to say to you, y'all gotta get out when you don't have water to flush the toilets. Go home, dismiss the schools. Truth be told. You can't work under those conditions. In your homes, you don't work, you don't operate when you don't have water. When you don't have water, quick time, you're calling the plumber or whoever you're calling, quick time. But why are you going into school to work under those conditions? Toilets ain't working. Toilet area flooding. Hey, y'all fix it. Fix it. Pray don't walk all over the place and make yourself a clown. Fix what is supposed to be fixed. You're there up all over the place. You're talking about who intelligent and who is unintelligent and uneducated. You prove to be much more uneducated with the nonsense that is happening in your ministry. We visited Brickdam, West Rumvelt. We went to St. Pius Primary. Again, St. Pius Primary, facelift to the front. If you see the post, of course, the post, what they do there? You know what they do? Incorrect mixing. They're skimping on the mixture. Skimping on the mixture. So the post, look, it break in. You see how the post crack? It crack. Look, you see what's going on there? That's St. Pius Primary. That's what's happening. Every post, that's what's happening. And this school was not built by the coalition, yeah? Not the coalition do this. The PPPC government, they do this. And Sunday afternoon, it's so they're hustling to see how quick they could do this and how quick the contractors could do that. That was St. Pius Primary. The same issues they got with the stairway. Same issues they got with the stairway. Cheap labor. So you got madness happening. You got madness happening there. And then we went to West Rumvelt Secondary. We went to that school. It was a little all right, but not fully there. We went to St. Pius, West Rumvelt, Brickdam, West Rumvelt Primary. We went to a couple of other schools, but I needed to highlight these issues so that you would see them. And this is not only at West Rumvelt Primary. We got All Saints Primary. I don't know, operating, probably bringing up another picture there. This one is, I can't remember which one of the school. This one here was West Rumvelt Primary, yes. This is at the back. This is at the when you going over to the back building, this was at the back there of the front building. West Rumvelt Primary. I mean, somebody couldn't send, some sense couldn't go in somebody. I mean, Priya said that I'm uneducated. But I seeing this and saying that the board could have changed. Look, you got pigeons making a mess there. Look, the guttering. I mean, somebody couldn't take out them boards, cut out them boards and fit in some other boards. West Rumvelt Primary School, this is what is happening there. I mean, I don't know how much more I could talk about this. I don't know how much more. Look, this here, this is the AC unit. They probably had a covering or something there. The thing rotten, it leaning down there only to drop on somebody's child. West Rumvelt Primary again. And of course, this was the same school that had the fire today. And the teacher said today, this is West Rumvelt Primary, the teacher said today that since yesterday, they were having sparks. Yesterday, the front building was having no electricity. But maybe they're waiting for this to be another mad year where Priya, you're going to run out of this country. You're going to run. Because we ain't gonna have another mad here. We ain't gonna give you another belt to wear. Not another belt you ain't gonna wear. This is West Romville Primary. It is disgusting. Very disgusting. West Romville Primary. You go to the back of the school. Look what you're seeing there. Look, you see what you're seeing? West Romville Primary. 2 months we had to clear all of this nonsense. 2 months. 2 months. Is it that we're teaching our children that it's okay for them to operate in nasty, stinking, dirty conditions? That's what we're teaching our children? Who is the officer that is responsible for going around to the schools to ensure that the schools are ready for reopening? I don't know who are the officers. It's damning, to say the least. This is the toilet area, you see? This is the toilet area. Head teachers can't throw away these furniture. You have to have the auditors coming to sign them off. But you know what? They're leaving this there so that the children could come and play and throw on each other and injure themselves. Y'all get rid of these nonsense. But I understand why they can't get rid of the nonsense, because the person who head in the ministry is nonsense herself. So that's why they can't get rid of these nonsense. It is disgusting. Y'all make us call the auditors, let them come and empty, get rid of these things, and let the people get some space to free up themselves. And don't leave these to the mercies of our children for them to play and injure themselves. It is disgusting, and it's happening in many more schools. I'm going to show you what's happening at All Saints Primary. First day of school, All Saints Primary. And I don't know why HM didn't send these children home. School ain't ready yet for opening. I'll give you the list of the 23 that can't open because of the same nonsense. 1, 2, 3 contractors fixing, and they can't get it right. They can't get it right. And this is what they call progress. This is what they call progress. Some people get it. Some people don't understand what is progress. And yes, you're right, viewer. Them catfish people. Them same catfish people, truth be told, the catfish people, they can't get it right. This is what we have to go through. This is what we have to go through. This is what our children have got to deal with. Very shameful, truth be told. Operator, I don't know if you have the set of pictures from All Saints Primary, but the madness was there at All Saints Primary. I'm hearing the same thing is happening at Charity Primary. 8th of May, secondary. The same madness is happening there. Look what's going on here. All Saints Primary, you know, that's All Saints Primary in Region 6. And many other schools in Region 6. The same nonsense. You notice Latchman Singh Secondary in Region 5 can't open. I think it's Hopetown Nursery. They were supposed to be doing or Belladrum Nursery, one of the 2 nursery schools. Madness happening there too. This is All Saints Primary. First day of school. First day of school. I mean, what was wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people who claiming that they're manning at the education sector? You see why they couldn't appoint Genevieve Whitehead as Chief Education Officer? Because she was one of the persons who was upturning a whole lot of the madness. She was upturning a whole lot of the madness, so they couldn't take her for that. They couldn't take her for being the kind of person she was. And so that's why they didn't appoint her. They felt that hanging that acting over her head would subdue her and get her. But she didn't mind. She was upturning everything when it came to policy and school fixing and readiness for school. She was getting it right. But we got a Chief Education Officer right now who all he knows to do is write. All he could do is write, send out circular and memos and so on. That's all he could do. And jump on a motorbike and make himself a clown. That's all he could do. Because he was a teacher too, you know, a very radical teacher in the system who didn't take in nonsense, but now he wants teachers to take nonsense. And he's happy that teachers were given 10%. He's happy about that. Such a shameless people. All that, yes. In fact, that's all they're doing, full in their pockets. Full in their pockets. Y'all need to go and check again to see how much monies education had. Well, I can't tell you what's going on in Linden. It's crazy in there in Linden too. It is crazy in Linden too. It's all over. These people doing a set of nonsense. In Region 3, today I'm being told that one of our nursery schools, let me give you is which the nursery school. One of our nursery school in Region 3 there. Hydroni Nursery School reopened on Monday. No cleaners were sent to the school. No bins were placed there. So all the garbage is piled up there. I didn't post the pictures because it was too much for us to post. There are no fans in this school. And we heard that come September, the heat that we're going to be experiencing. So no fans at the school. They have no shelves for the children to put their bags. So maybe their bags have to be rested. They got to rest their bags on the floor. Half of the building is getting electricity. Yard not properly weeded. This is what our children go through. This is what our children go through. Every time is the same thing. Every time is the same nonsense. Well, let me tell you, yes, Kerry, thanks. I'm coming to North Romville Secondary. Yesterday, the children from North Romville Secondary were sent home. Look, y'all share this live. Share this live and tell people come on to hear. Truth be told. Yesterday, the children from East Romville Secondary, and this is the school that Priya posted up. Oh, North Romville Multilateral, ready for the opening. Operator, we have a picture there that Priya posted. Look the deception. Look the deception from the drama queen. Look the deception from the drama queen. North Romville Secondary ready for the reopening, ready for reopening. And just in case classes go late, you have lighting facility. I tell you, look, she got to have that belt. I don't think she could act like Odessa Primus. I don't think so. I give she first. She can't act. Priya, go to the front of the class. Go, girl. North Romville Secondary. All the big monies that they spent there. You know what teachers told me today? The teachers told me today, sorry. Washroom. They couldn't operate they couldn't operate there because the sanitary blocks not working. Water backing up. When you press the lever to flush the toilet, all the water flowing out, wetting up the place. Truth be told, if y'all don't believe me, go there and check it. And this is the new building, the new building. Is how much money is the building worth? We got a picture there, operator. Show us how much money is for that building. A teacher said, Miss, it's sheer slam dash work they do down there. Sheer slam dash work. She said the structure was improperly done and the walls are cracking already. The walls are cracking already. They ain't got no proper staff room there. As a matter of fact, they didn't really put any structure in place or a space in place for the staff room. They had to do a little thing to create a staff room for the teachers. It ain't got they got fans, but there is no points to plug the fans. Oh, God. I don't know what is wrong with these people. I wonder where look, somebody is telling me that the restroom's not working. Yes. It's not working. No sinks in the teacher's semi-staff room to wash their hands. Drains are still under construction. So I don't know why they hustled to open the school, but you know why she hurried to open the school? Because the deadline was already passed. The deadline was already passed. So she hurry now because she don't want people to say that, another deadline, they're reaching another deadline. And so, yes, Marlene, I'm going to have to make a video about Priya and Alien Mouth. I'm going to have to make a video with them. We're going to have to make a video with them. But truth be told, this is what is happening in our schools. This is what is happening in our schools. And these people ain't got no shame. But yesterday, day before yesterday, she went to pose off at St. George's Secondary, the School of Science. Well, they couldn't do any facelift there. They had to do it full. But we'll wait to hear about the cracks, and we'll wait to hear when this is happening, and we'll wait to hear when that is happening. And this is Education Month. This is Education Month, and that's what we're doing. Somebody please tag Priya. Somebody please call Priya. Tell her advancing the cause is on. Truth be told, part 2. This government has no shame. None whatsoever. A set of family, friends, and favorites who doing the work. A set of them doing the work. So we can't get nothing working. And I know we're going out with GP. Hell, not GPL. They couldn't find monies to pay the teachers, but they found monies to buy another power ship. I nearly said another word, but I ain't gonna say the word. Somebody call Priya. Somebody tell Priya advancing the cause is on. Don't put her trolls there to record parts and so on. Let her join the live and comment. I want her to join the live and comment so that some of you can respond to her when she comments in there. Maybe she might want to ask you for some advice and so on. Yes, Marlene, the hypocrisy and the deception, it's too much. Truth be told, it's too much. They have no shame. Absolutely. Well, Vredenhoek Secondary is on the list of schools that is not being reopened. So our grades 7 to 9 students, they are still at home. I don't know if they're going to open the school next week. I don't know if they're going to send them to some other school, but the building look like it's going to fall down just now. That building look like it's going to fall down just now. And I'm not making these things up. Parents are calling me. Teachers are sending me photographs. Parents are doing videos. I am going out there and I'm doing some myself. Yes, y'all call Priya, tell her to come on the show and let her make a comment or two, but I know Priya well. Priya would never come on this. She would never come here to make a comment. She would probably send maybe the man who went to represent her the other day at the funeral. She might send he. She ain't gonna come. She didn't gonna even send the CEO ain't gonna even come. She might send Miss Harvey to come and represent her here. And talking about Central Ministry, I hear they got big confusion happening down there at Central Ministry with literacy money. Some literacy money, they can't find monies that were allocated for literacy. Some big, the C word, corruption happening there. I hear they're calling in the auditors. But I know when they call in the auditors, it's not the people alone who's supposed to manage. Other people's names can get called too. I know that. So Priya, tell us what is happening there with that audit for the literacy monies. Tell us what is happening there. You tell us what is happening there. It's corruption in every single sector. Every single sector. I wonder is whatever happened to the senior man from the police force that went off on leave. I wonder is whatever happened to the investigation that was supposed to have been held there with the credit union. Yes, with the credit union, where people wanted to dump money into the credit union and behave like if there's a credit union they draw out this money from. I wonder whatever happened to that man. Is a fancy man. Is a real fancy man. He could proper dress up when he got on the uniform. I hear the man got some buildings, some properties out of this world. So I hear, I don't know if it's true. I hear because you know them, they're ready for say, I can sue you. I'm sending lawyers letter to you. Poor me. I can go run to Jagdio for help me pay some of them things, and we can go end up at CCJ. Cause girl, me got it. Me ain't got it. But I hearing something about what somebody pulled God at Ministry of Health today. Is what kind of, I know these people like gunplay, you know. Y'all remember when what the boy name they used to call you? The one that they send away to Venezuela, is Venezuela or Brazil? Brazil that they send away. What kind of gun, Frank? Tell us what kind of gunplay you got passed in the Ministry of Health. Man, you see how these viewers throwing me off. We're supposed to talk about. We talking education, but talking about health. I see a man, an Amerindian man, get some good stabs and a big long cut on his stomach. I think it's about 20 stitches he got. And you know what they did? They just sent the man away. They ain't even calling no police to investigate to find out how this man get them stabs. Frank, what going on at the Ministry of Health, boy? Don't worry, you're coming back to prayer just now. Frank, tell us what is happening there. Brutus and Maya. The C word, corruption, it stink. It stink at them corners there. Every single, we had housing the other day. Oh yes, the gunplay G come too. We had corruption at housing. Corruption, the man name begin with B. Man, look, yeah, just type the words out. Me, you know his own name begin with B. We had corruption at housing. Then we had corruption at infrastructure. I see Indar name ringing off the hook all the time. Indar name, Indar. Look, I am able. All over corruption. Indar do this, Indar do that. Indar got people saw. Indar get side chick him. Is there side chicken? Well, some of them is side turkeys. They can't be side chicks anymore. It's all kind of sides I hearing about. Look, and who building house for side chicks? Look, these people, truth be told, I didn't know I would have gone off this side because I would have shown y'all some of the pictures. But senior officer draw gun on junior staff at Ministry of Health. Y'all tell me more about this story. But since we're on health, seriously, I'm hearing that they would have closed the infectious diseases hospital. I hear the place at Liliendal, they closed the place down. And they moved the nurses to Georgetown Hospital. Somebody find out the story and confirm that story for me. I know I got a couple of people working there and they have moved to Georgetown Hospital, but somebody tell me that is not true. Because if monkeypox break out here, what happened? Is all that we can get it because it's Georgetown Hospital, we can gotta go? Because they ain't got no infectious hospital? These people not thinking something is wrong with these people. Something is wrong with these people. Corruption and more, maybe they iron up that place to sell it to one of their friends. It's by the seaside, you know, and they want all the sea view. You don't see what the place name? GNS compound, GNS ground and everything. They sell it out because it's sea view. Something really wrong. Cat jump some of them hand and probably skip over their faces too. This is more than power drunk. This is cheap weed mixed with backup giant day smoking. Can't be power drunk alone. Cannot be. Is what happened to the pregnant second lady and she big. Marlon, you can get me in trouble. Marlon, you will get me in trouble. I got to call Auntie Melly Mel to tell us about this side chick. This side chick with she big gray house. I got to call Melly Mel to tell us that story. But on a serious note, education is in a mess in Guyana. We ain't hear anything about all those books that they printed and they had a whole lot of wrong spelling and so on and wrong words, wrong sentence construction. So we ain't hear anything about that. Because you know why? We're giving incompetent people this work to do. Incompetent people we're given the work to do. And you notice, while we approve private sector coming on board and we're having private hospitals and so on, I noticed rather than the president and his ministers embracing our public systems, they're embracing the private sectors. They're embracing the sheriff hospital. I mean, the people at sheriff, they're my friends. I ain't got nothing against them. And if you gotta do, you gotta do. But I am seeing the president embracing all these private entities rather than emboldening and giving facelift and lifts to the Georgetown Hospital and New Amsterdam Hospital and West Dem Hospital. West Dem Hospital, the other day we had rats running on the bed. I hope they ain't gonna happen at Queen's, at President's College, because President's College getting a 600 and something million, I think. 12-room apartment, 12 classrooms. Well, them classrooms are got to be an apartment. And because with the amount of monies that got to be spent on one classroom, the monies for those 12 classrooms is what I think they give to Hits and Jams them to build, what is school name? Bamia Primary that can't finish yet, eh? Bamia Primary can't finish yet. And we're using Bamia Primary. We did there is a whole lot of monies we take to do Bamia Primary School. And we can't finish Bamia Primary School. But you're hearing these contractors getting blacklisted. But I remember when Courtney Ben, contract was taken away from him. Contract was taken away from Brian Tiwari. But I ain't hearing contracts get taken away from certain people who all they could do like me, talk. Look, this country here, something has got to happen. Something really has got to happen. Folks, I'm hoping that you are hearing me and that you are ready with your pencils and your pens to mark not an X, a WW on these people. You got to mark WW on these people. You got to mark WW on these people. All of these people doing, and look what they're doing. They're going out into communities, and they beforehand, they're writing down the names of all of their supporters. What happened to the Spanish that we supposed to something? They're writing down all the names of their supporters. So when they go into these communities, it's only their supporters getting the cash grant. Other persons not getting the cash grant. And then a young man was telling me from 79 on the quarantine SMS. When they come one time, the wife get. When they come next time, the husband name they put the cash grant, so the husband get. When them come back another time, the mother-in-law name they put the list, so she get. So it's 3 persons in one household to get in. And it's their family, their friends, and their cronies. Those are the people they're giving this monies to. This is a wickedness. Truth be told. Truth be told. What these people really want from Guyanese? Huh? What they really want from our Guyanese people? And yes, Melissa, I agree with you. They love Seaview. Seaview they love. But the same Seaview, they better hope that Maduro don't send any boats right wrong there and collect them. All who like Seaview. I hope they don't make Maduro do the. You notice the Americans and Maduro, they seize its plane and so on. By time Maduro just now, he can turn the heat on Guyana. When he can't take it out on them, so he can turn it on Guyana. But as we go on, let's ask Priya to allow this education month to run smoothly. I'm going to show y'all what's happening in the little Dubai, the Dubai of the Caribbean, the country, one of the country with the fastest growing economy. Look what's happening here. Look what's happening here in the fastest growing economy. Look. You know what's happening there? People running to collect food. People running to collect food. See if you could count how many persons collecting food there. Look, people running to collect food in the fastest growing economy in the world. The Dubai of the Caribbean. Where is Vindi Prasad? Why Vindi's ministry can't get food for these people? Huh? This is an ordinary citizen who ain't getting the fat cat money. This is an ordinary citizen is doing this out of their kind heart. Look, where is Vindi? Where is Vindi? You see how the people running? Look, they're hungry, you know. You see how they're running to come and collect the food? They're hungry. Why can't we look after these people? Why can't we give them 2 or 3 meals a day? Even if they like to walk the streets, if we have a place that they can come and have their breakfast, their lunch, and their dinner, they will come and collect it. And many of them will come off the streets if they can get food to eat. Every single one of those persons you saw there, every single one of them got a purpose. Every single one of them. Every single one of them got a purpose. But you know what? They're going to come to these same people and collect them and bait them up and carry them to go and get the pictures to get ID cards, and they can collect the ID cards. That's what they can do with these people. They can go one afternoon and fool them up just like what they're doing with plenty other persons. And they can carry them. This is what is happening in good Guyana, the new Dubai of the Caribbean. And yes, they shared the cash grant in region 6. They distributed in region 3. They went to region 2. Same thing. Their own people they gave it to. Their own people they gave the cash grant to. Other persons can't get. So again, what a shame. And President Ali likes to walk all over the place and see going in people's kitchen and clap roti. You must bring roti from your own house and give to these people here. You know, the other day I spoke about him and what he's doing to people's children, because when you suffer the teachers, you're suffering their children. When you suffer the nurses, their children are suffering. When you suffer the policemen, their children are suffering. But Priya, y'all like to hear the truth, because what you do to people's children will fall on your children. And I'm going to repeat that again. The same things that you are doing to people's children will fall on your children. And this is willful. Willful, y'all doing this to people. Could you imagine? President Ali got the audacity, Irfan, 19 fraud charges, got the audacity to say, oh, GTU signed an agreement and they are pleased. GTU has inked an agreement with your nonsense. There's an agreement to talk about? Huh? Tell the nation how many teachers are going to get duty-free concessions. 150 out of 16,000 teachers. You tell the nation 150, and y'all going on and bigging up yourselves and behaving as though it's the 14,000 plus teachers get in the public system getting this duty-free concession. Huh? Tell the people how many teachers are going to receive scholarship. 100 under the agreement, that lopsided agreement that was signed. 100. You tell the nation how many teachers are going to receive hardline allowance. Only the teachers in the hinterland, and not all of them. It has to be deep riverine. Huh? Yes, Mr. Ramlakan, they will know what will happen in 2025. They will know the value of teachers in 2025. Thank you. They will know it. Huh? In our whole life, we've never seen what is happening here in Guyana. It's wickedness. Tell the nation that you give our children $45,000, but you're giving teachers $15,000. I wish that one of these days, some of our teachers would put on a jeans and a t-shirt to go to school. Because the 15,000 finish. You done buy one outfit already. You don't even buy shoe. And they're going on about this agreement and this agreement. A set of oppressors. A set of oppressors, the modern day oppressors, Jagdio and his crew. You tell the nation how many teachers are going to benefit from the not the clothing allowance, the housing project. You tell the nation how many teachers will benefit from it. And you let the teachers know, let the public know. That is not just so the teachers can benefit from it. Imagine in this agreement, we were pleading with these people. We said, look, 13 to 1800 cc vehicles, come on. It's once in a lifetime teachers are getting this duty free. One time during their entire career. They're not getting it every 3 years. One time in their entire career, they're getting this duty free concession. And since 2006, we have been there at 13 and 1500 cc's. Under the coalition, we moved to 1800 cc's. Now, after all these years, since 2016, 2019, this is 2024, we said to them, look, we requested 2000 cc's. And we specifically said to them, our teachers in Kwakwani, our teachers in regions 1, 7, 8, and 9, because of the terrain in which they live, 1500, 1800 cc vehicles can't make it. And let them tell you too, many of our teachers from those areas who were granted duty free, they did not accept it. They did not take it on. You know why? Because we're going to waste $4 million to buy a 1500 cc car and then I go up there and I drive it for 1 week or 2 weeks and then it break up. I got to change shocks. I got to change this. I got to change brakes pad more often than usual. It ain't making sense. Teachers working for a little bit of monies already. You go to Ashiweb, the teachers will tell you there that many of them cannot afford the transportation to move from Ashiweb to Lethem. In good weather, it's between 10 and 12,000. In bad weather, it's $16,000 return. A teacher working for 98,000, 120,000. You think they got them kind of monies to spend to go down to Lethem? No. For them to do that, they got to save every month and wait for a particular time to go out there. It is disgusting the way we treat our indigenous people. This government, it's disgusting the way they're treating them. Under the coalition, these people were able to go to different sites and be able to get internet connectivity. You go there and ask the teachers, go there and ask the people in the community what is happening. But you know what? The PPPC government, they believe that giving you handouts, that we are a handouts nation. So they go there and they wrap up a nice little bag with some oil and some flour and a couple of 4 pounds of chicken, 5 pounds of chicken, and some, they love to give them chow mein and so on. And they go on there and they distribute it to the people. And it's a big thing for them. Teach people how to fish. Don't want to give them a 1 fish today and a half fish tomorrow. Teach them how to fish so that they don't have to come to you again, but they believe in the handouts. Handouts, handouts, handouts. No wonder our teachers and our nurses are fleeing this country, and our doctors, they are fleeing. Because when they go to other parts, they can sit down and be satisfied with their salaries. They're able to save something. They're able to return to Guyana and to give something to their families. They're able to go to the Bahamas and to Bermuda and come after a year and start putting down a house. And we got teachers living right here, teaching for 36 years and 34 years and 29 years, and they can't put down a house. They can't even buy a bicycle. And it's not only teachers, nurses are in the same boat. And so when you see they jump up and they talk about, oh, development, and people can't eat roads, let me remind Edgil, people can't eat roads. And when you put all the roads, what are you doing on the roads? Huh? And while we're at roads, look at this one. Look at this one, the famous cemetery road. Look at it. Not that one. That one is the famous cemetery road. Where is the... The one with the guy, the video with the, yes, the famous Cemetery Road. Look at it. Truth be told, the famous Cemetery Road, Bishop Edgel, I do believe by that supernatural forces blocking you and them people there. I really, really believe so.
Because Cemetery Road is finally complete. It ran at least 1 year over the scheduled date for completion. So I'm here on Cemetery Road to check out the works. This is one of the first things I noticed, and you'll notice this on every construction site in Guyana. They will take and leave it at the side of the road. It is abandoned. Okay, let's move on. This is the general quality of the parapet restoration. Here is the road. Alright, let's move across here. You've got issues like this. Big rusty pieces of metal sticking out of people's driveways. And there is no standard to how these things have been finished. You'll see here, they put some brick and asphalt together. This is not going to hold up very long. They did some of that. Some of these drain covers are already cracked. Okay. And you'll see for some of them they've done proper concrete. Most of them they have not. It was hurriedly finished. A lot of tripping hazards here. It's gonna break down. There's not even an even ramp. In many cases, as you can see here, there's just a sharp drop off for these people. Here's another nice chunk of building waste that's just been left at the side of the road. Nobody will come and move this. Look at this. This is what they say all the materials, building materials, going to be removed from the site. That's one of the contractors signed. But he's collected $475 million. So let's not worry with that. And let me show you the other big problem I have with this construction process. It was entirely disrespectful of the dead. They just pile rubbish, garbage, mud all along here. All these graves here have been desecrated in effect. Look at this. All the roads, the side roads that led into the cemetery have been shunted off. But for one up there leading to the Enmore's Martyr Monument, but on the other side, most of these parts have been blocked off. And this must just be the poorest choice of material for a fence, knowing fully well the grass is going to grow up and cover all of it. You can also already see it happening further down. So they're forced to spray pesticide here. Nobody can access the graves of their loved ones. You can't even build a grave here, okay? Now we go to the other side. Look at the finish here. Okay. And now look here, the transition. Very poor masonry work. Exceedingly poor. Okay, a finished job. This is the most slapdash thing I've seen in a long time. This is just finished. It's already corroding. I didn't even need to take y'all along the whole path.
So you're seeing, I'm not making this up, you know. I can't make this up. This is with truth be told. This is what is happening. So one Edgel must tell us and Indar must tell us why these contractors were paid all these monies. This is taxpayers' monies, and these people keep borrowing monies and with all the monies that we have. They keep borrowing and they're borrowing. And so whenever we vote, when we vote these people out, you know what we go back to? Debts again. The coalition will have to pay debts again. And so you won't have much monies to do what you're supposed to do. It is ridiculous, truth be told. But then I see me boy Anil, he ain't bothering too much with them kind of things though. He bothering with the law books. He ain't bothering with them things. Now he come up here now to talk about this cybercrime bill. And they're going to amend this cybercrime bill. Apparently they don't want you to say anything. You mustn't say nothing. So if I share a video with Anil doing something and somebody else go and share it, both of us are going to be held and prosecuted. You can't say this, and these people want you to be dummies. You can't talk. And you know, they're hustling for people like me, Sherrod, Paul Slow, Rickford Burke, Melly Mel, Mark Benskop, all of us who just talk, they want to shut us up. Kidaki, David Hines, all these people, they want to shut you up. All who just talk and everybody who writing like Lincoln Lewis and them and so who does write, they want to shut you up. So Anil Law Books, he going to amend the cybercrime bill to cater for people who live in overseas, for Guyanese who live in overseas. Well, I know how America gonna allow them for going in their country and bring out their citizens. I don't know. He probably, rather than reading the law books, he probably boiled some and drink it. He had to boil some and drink it. But this is what is happening here. These people feel that they can dominate, as my colleague, Comrade Ramjatan, would say, total freakism, total control freakism. That's what they want to have. But truth be told, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. And I have to remind you folks, truth be told, Orrin Boston was killed. He was murdered. Truth be told. The Henry boys were murdered. Truth be told. And so many others. And if we were to go beyond 2015, young Johann C. Douglas. Y'all remember Kazurki? How many of you remember Kazurki? Y'all remember how they killed Kazurki in the hospital? Huh? Y'all remember how they killed Kazurki in the hospital? Truth be told, we got to remind the people of these things. We got to remind you folks about the 1,400 young men that were killed, Shaka Blair. What the other guy named the Rasta, Ronald Waddle, Courtney Crummy Wing. Truth be told, these men were murdered. And to date, you can't find no investigation, nothing. Nothing. Truth be told. And it's not time for us to hush up in any corner. We got to talk about these things because you must remember it. They can come into your communities and try to do up a little patch to say, oh, we're making a recreational place for the little children to run around. Oh, we putting up a basketball net. Oh, we're going to be doing this. You ask Charles Ramson Jr., that clown that can't pronounce words. You ask him how many sports grounds across this country finish. You ask him, and millions upon hundreds of millions of dollars were allotted to doing it. You ask him how many he finished. Not one stadium yet. But they're hustling to build bridge to Burby's bridge. They're putting another bridge there. You know, truth be told, the road from New Amsterdam to Corriverton, it was built under the PNC under LFS Burnham. You see how good it is standing? The Linden-Soesdijk Highway, you see how good it's standing until we start bringing all them big trucks to be traversing there up, down all the time. Truth be told, the Kanji Bridge, y'all can't erase those kinds of history, Anil and all of you. You can't erase those. Those are there. The same University of Guyana that y'all bumping up your mouths about. You can't make it the leading university in this country. You got all kind of gold scholarship here, there, everywhere. According to Audrey, the Anna Regina Stadium, when it go fall long, it go sail away just now. It ain't gonna be a stadium because it can't fix yet. Can't fix yet. Folks, PNC can't change there's parts and only some excuse me. Somebody saying some shipping is there. Sports ground on the quarantine. Only fence you got. Sam A, I don't know where you want to write, but I think you part of the No Child Left Behind school. So go get what you want to write properly and then come and write it. Because I know the shipping is you writing there. But I'm happy that you're here so you could tell Priya, you could tell Anil, and you could tell the others, Barajagdio and so on. That clown Barajagdio. Talking about the man going crazy. That man going crazy. That man talking about the GTU's constitution all the time, and I'm sure he never one day took time to read the GTU's constitution. That crazy man, Barajagdio. Y'all ever take a look at that man's face? Look at his face, King Liar. Look at his face. Time catching up with him. And he knows that they're running out of time. That's why you see that they're busy, as if ants biting them. But don't worry. Y'all make us and announce the date. Make us and announce the date. And yes, dear, Ramlakan, thank you. We can't forget Saturday also. We cannot forget him and his family members and his guard. We can't forget that. Up to a day like today, and that was their own minister. Up to a day like today, they can't tell us how that man was killed with his sister, his brother-in-law, his guard, even the dogs. But folks, I know our time is running out, but I got to show y'all this one. This one was the Iceland in Region 1. Somebody got to tell me this story. Somebody got to tell me this story. I don't know if it's Hickens gonna tell we, if it's Brutus gonna tell we, if it's Watts gonna tell we. Is what them other one's name? Mahendra? Is Mahendra his name? Mahendar? I don't know who gonna tell me this story, but somebody got to talk this story here. Somebody got to tell me whether this is Nancy's story or you know, Moongaze's story. Somebody got to tell me this story here. How is it that all this cocaine was buried in a tunnel right next to an airport, an airstrip, and nobody in see? What did it come by plane? If it came via plane, how come the what the thing name at Timeri, the traffic, whoever? How did they pick it up? How come them and pick it up? Where is the commander for Region 1? The commander must tell us what is happening there. Commander Region 1, you must tell us what is happening there. And I'm sure we got what the place name, Mr. Saw. I wonder if you related to Mr. Satadio. You gonna tell us what happened there? How come none of your ranks saw any strange movement? How come? Or I wonder if y'all in it too. Because I know they're underpaying you. How nobody didn't see when people digging up to put this thing there? How come nobody didn't see when this thing was transported there? How is it that every time the DA got to find these things and our people right here and they can't find it? It means that the entire police force is incompetent. And I can't say the entire police force. A certain bracket of people and the others are being told to shut up. Y'all got to tell me this story. It is embarrassing that we have a Guyana police force. We have a Guyana defense. If y'all can't find out how some cocaine touching down here and it's being buried in a tunnel, how y'all gonna see when Maduro and the men coming over? How y'all gonna see that? You'll see that we're left at the mercies of Maduro and his men and his women. Because the Guyana police force can't protect us if they can't know how cocaine coming down there. How they gonna protect us? Them in see, them in here, them in know how the cocaine reach there, but the cocaine come and bury there. And it's not the first time we had cocaine in submarine. Y'all remember? Truth be told, Mr. Commander, Superintendent, him not so. Well, boy, you gonna answer some questions because I can call your name steady. You're gonna have to answer some questions. Really, really have to answer some questions. But I don't know if my brother Sherrod has his program on tonight. And if he does, then we're taking up a little bit of his time. But the thing is, truth be told, we can't allow these things to go on for a next week. We got to talk about it now and then pick up the next week. Teachers are not being paid properly. You got contractors, a couple of the contractors getting the work, so they can't do it properly because they got to hurry up and do here and hurry up and do there. But let me say to you, we closing off now. We closing off. We got to close off. We got to go and allow Sherrod to come. We had College End Road, but we didn't get time to show the road. But if you see the madness what's going on at College End there, it is sickening. Look what's going on at College End. And we had the famous GRA rank who tell the police rank he gonna piss in him out. You see, these things happen when we have persons who feel that they're above the law. So he can piss in the man out. He gone and urinating on the road, and a police officer pulled him up on it, and he tell the man, what you want to do? You're gonna piss in your mouth. I mean, I have to use the same language that he used. But this is what happens when persons feel that they are above the law, because it's not only them, it's all Barrett Jalvi, all of them feel that they're above the law. But look, folks, thanks for being here with us tonight. We're going to catch you next Wednesday. Be good Guyanese citizens. I noticed the water come a little clear. Sheikh Bash, I had to call you out a couple of times, me and a couple of other persons, but the water coming a little clear. But it could be clearer. Be careful on the road, folks. Too many accidents we are having. Be careful. But let's go off with these two. We must show you the twins. We must show you the twins. They're not identical. They're fraternal twins. No, a boy and a girl. We must show you them. We'll go out with the twins. We'll go out with the twins. While we're looking for the twins, here they go. Here they go. We have the twins right there. Here they go. You notice they're wearing matching clothing. The twins. Lawless twins. The lawless twins. We have them on screen. See if we can put them up. We can put them up. Yeah, the lawless twins. We have to go out with the lawless twins. We can't leave this program tonight without showing you the lawless twins. We got to show you the lawless twins. Look at them. One of a kind, same thing, all two. The lawless twins. When it's not wind up, it's sprawl open. When it's not sprawl open, it's talking stupidness on television. The lawless twins. We got to go out with the twins. While we're waiting to go out with the lawless twins, I want to say it's always a pleasure having you here. We're going to talk the truth. We're going to show you the images so they can't say we're making this up. We're going to show you it. And so they'll understand that the truth must be told. We have them there now, operator. The truth must be told. Check them out. You got to check them out. Look, the lawless twins. Open it big. Let people see them, man. The lawless twins. Look at them. Look at the lawless twins. Look at them. One is a minister of education. The other one is a prime minister. Look, the lawless twins. Look at them. These people ain't got no shame. That girl there ain't got no shame. That's at a funeral service she's sitting. A funeral service she's at. Look at her posture. Minister of Education, no decency. If the dead had power, White Ned would get up and put one slap in her face. That's how you sit. That's not how you sit as a woman. What example are you showing to our young people? You're a leader, well, a so-called leader. Is it that you're saying that that's the way our young women should sit? You ain't got no shame. Lawless woman. And you were right to put on your shades, because there's plenty of people been looking at you and you couldn't look at them. Shameless. If I were you, I wouldn't turn up at that funeral, but I would have been happy to hear you when you turn up there. Since you got the audacity to turn up there, I would have been happy to see you go up to speak. The church would have run you off the podium, but you got good sense. Until such time, my dear, have a wonderful night. Be safe. We will continue to speak more about the truth. Truth be told. So I'm going to leave you into the good hands of my brother, Sherrod Duncan. He's going to take you through for the next hour or so, and you're going to hear much more from us. See you next week at the same time for more on advancing the cause. Tonight, truth be told. Just put up our twins again so we can go out with our twins. Yes, we need to go out with our twins. Pray for them. One here and another one so. Pray for them. But the same things they do here is the same things the other one do so. Have a good one, folks. Take care.